Hello, hi. I'm going to be giving you my unbiased review of Sonic today. Because I do that now. Also, look at my bed. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked immediately. Sonic, let's talk about Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog is a 2020 movie. It's the first movie I've watched this year. In full, I watched A New Hope a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that was the first movie I watched in 2020. It's the first movie I watched in the new decade. So, I'm gonna give you my review of it. So basically, I went and saw it on Valentine's Day, opening day. I have no footage of this. On opening day with my friends. We were going to see it. We went to the 6:15 showing. We snuck in candy because we're teenagers and we're broke. So we went to the Sonic movie, and at first I was going in kind of like as a joke, like, oh, this is gonna be funny. I'm gonna laugh. It's gonna be a fun show. It's gonna be okay. I think I'll enjoy it. All three of us will enjoy it. It'll be a fun show. I cannot tell you without like being like, that's a lie. I almost cried. Like, I almost cried watching the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So it's a really good movie. I'm actually being like totally honest here. It's incredibly good. It's very funny. Um, it was funny. It had things for like parents. It had things for kids. It had things for teenagers. It had things for like people who grew up playing Sonic, and it also had things for people who were playing Sonic or wanted to see this cool character that they might have only seen in a couple of games on the screen. So it was really interesting to watch Sonic the Hedgehog. It was very funny. The theater was filled with children. It was the range, I think, of kids besides us was like 4 through 7, maybe 8. And then there was us three in the back row, and I think more people behind us. And the theater was empty when I bought the tickets that morning. And I think a lot of people took their kids on Valentine's Day because they knew they were not going to do anything on Valentine's Day. So they took their kids. So then, oh, I just realized something. Sorry. So then, we watched Sonic. It was great. Like, and a 9 out of 10. Like, no, I said 10 out of 10 last night, and I will still stick by it was a 10 out of 10. It was a 10 out of 10 movie. Legitimately, like, I didn't feel unsatisfied at the end. I was not like upset at how it ended. I thought it was great. Ended beautifully. It sets up sequels, but also can be an easy standalone film. I don't want to get into spoiler territory. I will put a spoiler warning like here if I do talk about a spoiler, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an incredibly good movie. It it was okay, this is a spoiler, so spoiler. It had Dr. Robotnik turn into how actual Dr. Robotnik looks in the games. Because when you see him, he has this like tweedle mustache and this weird haircut that I don't know how to describe it besides like what every fuckboy has in my high school. But he has that haircut, and then at the end, when he is, spoiler alert, deserted on the mushroom planet. I'm really making a sound like I'm sorry. He is put onto this planet. He shaves his head and he's bald. He has this big mustache and the glasses. It's like how he looks in the game, and I'm all for it. You also have another spoiler. Tails. Which sets up a sequel real well. You could also have it not be a sequel and just be like, yeah, Tails is here now, and never have another Sonic movie, which I would be okay with, but also a little upset. I would love to see a second Sonic movie. But like, I don't know if there's a post-credit scene. No one has told me if there's a post-credit scene to Sonic. Like, And I want to know. This is what my 17-year-old self is turned into. Is I want to know if there's a Sonic post-credit scene. I've been raised on Marvel movies too long to like abandon movies early, but I had to because I was driving people home. It was incredibly good. Like, if I could rate a movie on a scale of 1 through 10, like in like funny, it was incredibly funny. It was very like tongue-in-cheek with some of their jokes. So like adults and teenagers who were seeing the Sonic movie would laugh, but also at the same time it wasn't like, hey kids, you won't understand this joke until you're 20 or whatever. It was very much like the kids will laugh at it, but the adults will as well. My friend who's sitting next to me, I'm not going to say his name because he might not want to be in my videos, was losing it at every single kid joke. Versus me, who's like laughing at it, enjoying the movie. He's like a 5-year-old next to me. I got emotional at the end there, I'm not gonna lie. Spoiler alert, I really liked the last fight. It was really like a good build up in the movie to that last fight. It also had the record scratch freeze frame thing, which I really enjoy. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I also loved the little moment of him being like, he's my friend, and him going powering up. It was so cool. Another little spoiler, I liked how they had the rings. I like the liberty they took with the rings. Instead of it being he has to collect the rings, it was he has a bag of rings, and if he loses that bag of rings, it's bad. um I liked how he also, spoilers, traveled around the world. Well, I'm saying spoilers, and I'm not like, in like a month I won't care to talk about the Sonic movie, but why I'm saying spoilers right now is because it came out yesterday. But I also liked how, spoiler alert, he he used them to go all across the world. So it wasn't just San Francisco, it wasn't just Green Hill, I believe is where they were, but it was France, it was China, it was Egypt. I think it was also Tokyo. I don't know if they actually went to Tokyo or just in the credits, but it was really good. Like all across the world, where's Sonic gonna go? And like he's outrunning him, but not really. Oh, I really like, spoiler alert, him using the hair or whatever that thing was, because he has fur, but he also has those. I don't understand it really that well. Can someone explain it to me? That's like my one thing I did not understand at all. Yeah. Oh, I would have loved, now like now watching it with like the really good Sonic design, I would have loved to watch it with the really terrible Sonic design. I don't know why, because it was great with the not terrible Sonic design. But I will never, because there's no copies of the movie like that. What else can I say? It was a really fun movie. I think I think they could have got to the climax a little bit earlier. That's my one little critique on it. But even then, it was like, it's like an hour 40 something movie, and I feel like from like less than an hour in, there's like strong like fighting. Like the first like 20-30 minutes of that movie is like build up, and then you have this event that happens, and then the entirety of the movie kicks off, and it's so interesting. But they're like building up, and like it's really cool. I'm really excited to see how it goes, like if they are going to make a sequel, how that will come about, because a sequel to that I feel like would be him having to not deal with Dr. Robotnik, but setting up like a good friend of his, like Knuckles or whoever, to be the bad guy, or working with Dr. Robotnik to meet Sonic and get Sonic back. That could be the build up. It could be a lot of things. I'm really excited to see where they go with it. I can't wait for YouTube to be like, this is kid friendly content. It's not. But holy shit, man. It was a really good movie. Like, I don't think I thought it was going to be as good as it was. I don't think my friends thought it was going to be as good as it was. It was incredibly good. Like, I would go see it even if you're not a kid or if you're like a 20-year-old man. I would recommend you see it. It's a good movie. Um, but no, yeah, 10 out of 10. It's not like a I'll tell my kids in 30 years I saw Sonic opening weekend. No, I don't think it's gonna be like, I don't think it's gonna win any awards unless it's like Kids Choice Awards and stuff. I don't think it's gonna be like the like crazy like, yeah, it's gonna be a cult. It's gonna probably be a cult classic, but I don't think it's gonna be like a cult classic like Breakfast Club or something like that. I think it's gonna be like a, it's a good movie and a lot of people are going to enjoy it, but I don't think it's gonna be like a next like Iron Man movie. It's definitely like not one of my favorite movies, but it's a really good movie. It's a very fun movie as well. So like, yeah, if you are someone who wants to have fun and not care if the movie is good or not, go see Sonic. It's the same as like Detective Pikachu. The two of those two movies really, really, really are good movies to be just good movies. I haven't watched Detective Pikachu yet, and I really wanna. So like, soon I'm gonna watch it. But like, now I've seen Sonic. Now I'm gonna watch Detective Pikachu, and then I'll give you a review. This will be a fun little thing. Yeah, but don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Subscribe. My last video will be over here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want me to do this again, let me know in the comments. Bye.